Do you know how to find hormonal balance during the change? Do you know how to get back into balance when you're in perimenopause and your periods are all over the place? When you're suffering from severe menopause symptoms like hot flashes and insomnia? Or when you're postmenopausal and you're suffering from osteoporosis and you can't have sex because your vagina is so dry? How can you get your hormones in balance? Well, you actually have a lot of options. You just need to know what the right options are for you. HRT, or hormone replacement therapy, is an option for some women. Now, I prefer bioidentical hormone replacement therapy to using synthetic hormones for my patients. You may use estrogen, progesterone, sometimes testosterone, but knowing the right types of hormones to use, the right delivery mechanisms, and how much your body needs is going to be a little bit of work for you and your healthcare provider to figure out. The more educated you are on how each of these three hormones work and how they're affecting symptoms, the better off you'll be when it comes time to make the decision about HRT. You'll need to know what the best hormones for you are and what your risk factors are, so you're more likely to have an easy transition through menopause. There are also natural supplementation with herbs and other nutraceuticals that actually can help to boost estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone temporarily. Estrogenic, progestational, and androgenic supplements are not usually used for long term, yet they can be somewhat helpful to control your menopause symptoms. One of the biggest things that really helps you transition through the change is supporting your hypothalamus. Your hypothalamus becomes really dysfunctional when your sex hormones plummet during menopause, even as early as perimenopause, and it causes the myriad of symptoms, including hot flashes, insomnia, weight gain, low sex drive, mood swings, memory loss, muscle and bone loss, digestive issues, weird pains, allergies, and hypersensitivity. All of that is controlled by your hypothalamus. And when you support your hypothalamus throughout the change, hopefully as early as premenopause, when your hormones first start to get a little out of whack, and through perimenopause, into menopause, all the way into the postmenopausal period, you're going to find that your endocrine glands are going to last a lot longer. And you may be able to stave off taking any hormone replacement therapy, or if you do need it, you'll need the least amount of hormones possible to control your symptoms. And by supporting your hypothalamus, you don't have to be overdosed with hormones and risk growing things you don't want, like tumors. The other thing that you really need to understand is that finding hormonal balance during menopause does mean that you might have to make some lifestyle changes. You may have to change your nutrition plan, you may have to change your exercise routine, you may even have to change your sleep routine. You're probably going to need to shift your mindset. I know that's a harsh one, but what you believe becomes, and if you're suffering through menopause symptoms, you're not aging as gracefully as you'd like to. A lot of that is affected by what you believe, in the sense that you may have imprinted beliefs from your childhood that affects the way you deal with stress and illness and how you even age. So shifting your mindset can be really, really huge at changing how menopause affects you physically, emotionally, and mentally, as well as your relationships. So I'd like to tell you there's a perfect menopause diet. I'd like to tell you there's a perfect exercise plan, and that there's a perfect way to sleep, and there's a perfect mindset. But there's not. It's different for everyone. And that's why it's really important that you understand where you're coming from in terms of your family history, your genetics, and your lifestyle as you enter the change, so that you know just what needs to be adjusted so you can be successful navigating through menopause and actually thrive. That's why I created this free guide for you, my Menopause Action Plan Guide, to help you to decide if a menopause action plan is right for you and what exactly goes into creating a menopause action plan. Let me tell you a secret. If it wasn't for developing my own menopause action plan, well, I wouldn't have been able to thrive. I'd barely be surviving the change.